Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Human beings, again, we are going to look at health of children, health of adults, and health of the elders, older people. But we are going to look at this from countries like Iraq, Myanmar, countries in Africa, as well as countries which somehow, countries like India, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, and Africa especially. We are going to look at these countries, but we are going to focus on health and their beliefs, because these are countries. We mentioned Myanmar, we mentioned Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, and as well as Sri Lanka, some African countries like Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Zaire, all the way to South Africa, including Egypt, and as well as West Africa, and Northern Algeria, and whatever, these countries. We do ask questions. What is your security as human beings? What do you consider to be your security, your health as human beings? I'll ask that question again. You as human beings, what do you consider to be your security? Are they accumulation of tons of guns? Are they accumulation of dirty theologies and wicked and witchcraft? Are they accumulation of what we call desecration of your genetics and spiritual kind of spiritual what we call spiritual misguidance, or is your security in the what you call disinformation, whereby most of these men who are called landmen can be scholars in Islam, in the religion of Islam. Landmen can be what you call pastorists. Landmen can be reverends. Landmen can be bishops. Landmen can be imams, and what have you? So many. Landmen can be doctors. So I do ask a question. What do you consider as your security, either to present generations and the next generation and the next generation? Put 2 generations from now. What do you consider as security to those people, to those children? Are they accumulation? We did ask. Are they accumulation of weapons, ballistic missiles, artilleries, Kalashnikovs, what we call assault rifles? Is that what you consider as security to your children? I'll tell you one thing which I'm going to put on the table in a very, very kind of soft language. All those things that I've kind of pointed out, they're not security, but they're hazards. Very, very deadly traps of hazards. Very, very what? Deadly traps of hazards. Because when we looked at the 11th centuries, which is 11th century is not a whatever. In all those 11 centuries, up to the 20th century, there are atrocities, genocides, holocausts, all which have been kind of given. They were after those the Second World War. Those atrocities in the 11th centuries were given a new dress. The new dress. And that new dress was more filth in dirty theologies, more filth in weapons of mass destruction, more filth in any liabilities, what we call inherited liabilities, over and over and over again. And when we kind of switch on the individual security to a human being, Allah grants every human being security on their arrival on this planet as babies. And that security is what we call Adalah. Adalah is what Allah makes accounts and say, such and such a child was born in such and such a place, and that place they will either eat this and that, they will either travel to New York, and then they travel to so many places. When they do such things, when you travel from, let's say, from South Africa to America, you did not put the food that you will eat in America. You find the food there for you. That's what we mean by Adalah. Adalah is what was pre-written before you arrived on this planet. With that, men and women consider their security in modern times as what we call weapons. My people, if you are to consider your security as a weapon, you are telling a lie to yourself, isn't it? Because you said someone traveled, Allah says, such and such a person will be born in South Africa, or will be born in China, or will be born in America, and he will travel to Hong Kong. When he gets to Hong Kong, there is a cow which lives near the Mongolia border. It produces milk. That milk will be drunk at a certain very time by a man who traveled from America. So with that, I said to you, you men and women of born that time, never consider security to your health or to your survival in terms of military, what you call military weapons, because you have no knowledge of what you eat in 3 hours or 4 hours. The security in your ability to maneuver over this whatever is on whatever is through your who created you, who gave you a Adalah. Adalah is what we call your survival kit. Your survival kit says you go to China or you go to America, you go anywhere, and Allah already has written what you need. When you forget about Allah, you say, I have my own way to survive. Which way is that? Because that's when you tell a lie to your brain. That's when you tell a lie to your heart. When you tell a lie to your heart, or to anybody, if you tell a lie to anybody, that means your Adalah, which was pre-written by Allah, is reduced. Did you know that, young man? That's when your Adalah, which was pre-written before you were born, is reduced. That's when men say there's famine. Because the chicken, which was whatever written, that man will own a chicken, and that chicken will produce 5 eggs. Those 5 eggs, you eat 2, the rest his children will eat. The day you tell a lie to anybody, some of these chickens, something will happen to the chicken, and one chicken will disappear or get whatever. So that way, never tell a lie, and never say that your security on this planet